What's up, everybody? Shout out to DLM for basically requesting this and hitting my cash app and requesting this right here. But I'm gonna have a whole line of videos out, so you can listen to the videos and basically while you're doing something busy, so it'll give you a little bit more perspective, right? Um, these other content creators that they're just regurgitating things and putting their little spin on it, right? None of them have any type of, like, I don't know, any new things that they brought to the table. And I'm the only one. People been hitting me up saying that I was the only one who was pointing out certain things that other people point out years later. And even in some of my older videos, people were like, "Yeah, man, you're the only one who's saying this, right?" So I'm gonna give you another gem, right? The self-deletion dads, the self-deletion husbands, the self-deletion husbands. Now, I told you guys about the little groups that they have on Facebook and Twitter and little certain groups that they have, female groups that are pedo rings for women that the FBI hasn't shut down or talked about. Also, there's rings where women are pushing men to self-delete. So, I want to give you many examples of what pushes men to self-delete when they have girlfriends or wives or family, right? Most of the instincts that a lot of guys have of not getting married is not because they're afraid of divorce or alimony or any of that stuff. And they surpass that. That's one of them. It's because of these many different things. Okay, one, having no power in the marriage or the relationship. Nowadays, you have women who have all the power. They get mad, they emotionally control you with their tantrums and getting mad at you, or you have no say so, basically. And at some point, you get tired of being bossed around, but at the same time, socially, people tell you that you are the lucky one to have a woman like her. Society goes along with a chick more than they go along with the guy. Have you noticed that it's always the man is lucky to have the woman and not the woman lucky to have the man? Then have you noticed that? Where no one walks up to the woman and say, "You're so lucky to have that guy." It's always him catering to her and her doing the bare minimum. So having no power is one of the things that lead guys to taking their own lives when they're in a relationship with a woman, because she's so inseparable that he worked so hard to get this woman. He doesn't want to leave her alone because he doesn't want to go out there and do it again. He had to edge his role. This is the end result of being rejected a million times and then getting that one woman who said yes. You're stuck with her. And then when it doesn't work out, you have nothing left. So you rather be a single guy who took his own life, or you be a guy who's in a relationship where you're the girl who calls you to take your life. She gets all the aberrations and pretend that she cared about you the whole time, right? Two, not being loved, but being tolerated. So a lot of men have never been loved by the woman that they have try to impress. They have been tolerated. And what happens is that you feel that. You feel that you're not really liked and enjoyed to be around. You did all this work for this woman. You impressed her. You made her laugh. but she really doesn't like you and love you. She's only tolerating you because she doesn't have any options. She doesn't have anybody else. Right? We've seen this. Whereas a lot of them will only tolerate you until they find something new. So, not having real attractions from the woman no matter what. So, society tells you that you have to make yourself attractive, right? And somehow, some way, this girl who never going to like you in the first place, you will convince her that you for her to like you. And life doesn't work that way. You're told many times before that you can't make a girl like you, but at the same time, these are the same people who tell you that you should take anything that's in the market, right? Your boy Super Slide openly admitted that, hey, it's bad out here. And then 2 videos later, oh, these guys got to take whatever they can get, right? This mixed signal shit is why a lot of men take that edge when they getting dumped by a girl who is super ugly or getting cheated on by a girl who's super ugly, and they have nothing else left. See, the endless rejection method that these people play on men, it makes men go and take their lives, because of the fact is that they work so hard to impress a girl. They did everything society told them to do, and it still wasn't good enough, and they want them to keep going and doing this. Instead of telling everybody that there's not that many great people around women to date, they'll tell you something wrong with you. And then when you're doing the same thing the other guy's doing, and then you find out the truth, you can't handle it. You don't want to deal with it ever again. A lot of these women are not attracted to the normal guys. They tolerate you. And they want somebody else. That's why a lot of them cheat or open relationships. See men who likes women more than you. So a lot of men understand that they're not the first choice, but they don't see it with their own eyes. But a lot of women who are married or in relationships show that they like other men. Let me give you an example. There we go. Let me do that. Okay. So this is what happens when you got a woman who's in a relationship, but she guts over the other men that she has proximity to, that she can have sex with. Now, watch this.
Davis? No. We would actually lose every physical competition if you didn't exist. Competition if you. We would. Davis? No.
Now, mind you, this girl was in a relationship, and she gushing over another man that's in the streaming world. He's a stereotypical guy with dreads, looking just like the rest of those guys, but this is what women program to like during this period, right? So you can see why a lot of men don't feel the need to be trying to compete with other men while they're in relationships. Sex energy low and nothing happening. See, a lot of women have a lot of women who are now in the dating market, their sex drives is pretty much low and they don't really want to have sex. They had their fun and they don't think it's a requirement to have sex with the guy who come at the end of the tunnel, right? So you get married to one of these chicks and you're not getting anything. You're just getting all the headaches, the migraines, the spending habits, and none of the benefits that the other men had. You have the responsibility with no sex, while everybody else had no responsibility in all the sex. So you're getting a woman with low sex drive who isn't going to do shit with you because she's not turned on by you. You did everything, but it's still not enough because she already extinguished all her sex drive. It's the same thing with a guy who can't get hard anymore. That's going to make a few women mad, like, oh shit, he can't get hard because I'm unattractive, or he extinguished all that shit with other women. Being pushed to it by a woman. A lot of women do self-deletion baiting. It's been a trend 2 times in the media of women pushing men to take their own life. It's a game to them now that they can push a guy to take his own life. They get turned on by it. And then they pretend that they're the victim. Why don't you type in, my husband took his own life, my boyfriend took his own life, on YouTube, and you'll see a couple things, right? Pushed into a relationship based off being told what to take, what they can get. So a lot of men are being told that they have to take what they can get. Stay in their lane. Remember a few years back when your boy Dom Game Division C Boogie was telling guys to stay in their lane, and then we see the kind of women that he was messing with, and they weren't really all impressive at all. They wasn't impressive at all. Telling you to stay in your lane, right? That's what's all about. It's about telling you to stay in your lane and take all the women that they abused and sexually abused and empty promises, and you're supposed to make every promise they made. And you wonder why guys off themselves being in a relationship with these women with high expectations, because they've been dealing with the same dudes over and over again that didn't give them what they wanted. So now it's your job to give her what she wants. Everything. Having kids with a woman that never liked or wanted in the first place. A lot of men are told to have kids because of some bullshit. And when you have kids, even the kids don't appreciate you. And the woman you with never liked you, so she's going to make sure the kids don't like you. You think a man could last that long with even his own kids not loving him? Really? But tolerate him? Some guys don't really want to have kids with the woman they with. They just was with her because, well, they had no choice. They was told by society that this is the best they can do. Sometimes most men were getting fooled into getting a woman that they never loved, they never liked, because society told them to, or getting married by a woman because everybody around them said she was a good woman, while they're being abused, not physically, but mentally, sexually, and financially abused. But for some reason, no one cares. You're told that you need a woman in your life to be normal. The funny thing about this is that it's the women and the men women who perpetuate this, and then they try to talk about as patriarchy. But they tell you that you're a creep weirdo if you don't have a girlfriend, and you're not, you're abnormal. But then the women could walk around here and say how much they didn't have sex, or how much celibate they are, or how they wasn't in a relationship, they would enjoy their peace. But if you say it, you're misogynist, you hate women, this and this and that. Emotionally drained. Some guys are in E. That's the reason why they take their own life with a woman. They get sick of it. Financially drained. A lot of women want to financially drain guys. There was a YouTuber or a streamer called Nick Palone, and you should see those papers, those divorce papers, and all the things that acquire with it, where she wanted to leave him penniless. She was trying to take more and more and more and more from this guy because they was together for 10 years, but they didn't have no kids, and she wanted him to pay money. Let's get it. Let's get right here. This video right here, you can see it right here. All of this right here will show you what happens in the divorce. And all the things that you have to sign away. And a female, in many different divorces that I've seen, there's women who've been married to a guy and they try to claim stuff that's been in this guy's life forever. And because the person didn't have paperwork for it, they took their sentimental value stuff. I noticed guys got their consoles taken away from them, from something that their dead relatives gave them, and things that they had nothing to do with their wife, and they had to fight in court just for that. So don't let piece of shits like Super Sly 75 tell you about, oh, they don't want nothing from you. No, they will take things that you enjoy and you love just to do it, to make you angry or to make you sad, even if they got money. Don't let them tell you that you get with a woman with money, she'll leave quietly. No, she'll ruin your life, because it's all about her emotional win and your emotional destruction. A lot of men are in relationships where they have to do what a woman wants and not what they want. And it's always her way, and it's always her way or the highway. Why do you think the happy life, happy wife stuff happens, right? Divorce, or child support, and divorce. That's leading to guys taking their own lives while they're in the relationship, or they know it's coming, because they don't want to do it all over again. Knowing she's cheating, but don't do anything about it because she can mess your life up and your kids. Take her kids with you. A lot of guys get fooled into believing that a woman loves them because she pretends she loves him, but at the same time she cheats on him. And once that guy finds out that she cheated on him, most men take themselves out, or they take her out and himself out. But most of the time, a lot of guys love the women too much, and they feel like it's their fault, and they take themselves out. A lot of guys got limited dealing with women who cheating on them, and they've been dealing with it for years, and they don't want to go out. And you see, it's a trend. A lot of guys have been pushed to the point where they've been rejected, and it's the only woman who said yes. Do you want to deal with the only woman who said yes to you, and she don't really like you in the first place? She just fooling you. How will you feel if you find out the girl who nobody else wants finally finds somebody she can cheat on with because the guy is bored? So the good-looking guy is bored, banging her out, while you're getting no sex and dealing with kids and drama and everything else of hers, and she's cheating on you. It will emotionally break you. Some guys will act out and take her out and take himself out. Being made fun of and not having the best sex skills by your woman. One thing that a lot of guys don't talk about is how women in a relationship with them talk about how bad they are with sex. It's a joking manner of how a guy can't last 5 minutes, or he is small, or they make little jokes. It's humorous for a woman and normal for some women to just make fun of their husbands and boyfriends about how little they are. Right? If you said it to a woman, all hell breaks loose. But you said it to a man, he can handle it. It's all about their ego. It's about them being good enough to make her happy. This is why a lot of women open relationships. All these things is why you have the trend of the suicide dads, the suicide boyfriends, suicide husbands. Because they're not being appreciated, and they're with women they should have never been with in the first place. It's better you being alone than being around people who never loved you, and you're dead and they're pretending they loved you. And then when they get older, they're using your death as this beneficial or pretending it. Yeah, some children understand the reason why their dad took their own life was because their moms. And then they get away from them forever. But then some of them use their dad's suicide or self-deletion for sympathy points. I'm here to give you a little bit more perspective on something different. And the reason why a lot of guys don't want to be in relationships, because they know guys who took their own life when they had a girlfriend, when they had a family. It wasn't because of depression. It was because of the women that people told them to get with.